has been voted the 5th most haunted hotel in America, a place so eerie, even the master of horror himself was terrified. Today we will not only dissect the ghosts of the Stanley Hotel, but discuss how it came to be and whether it truly is a portal for spirits. It was said to be the close of the season in 1974 when Stephen King and his wife stayed the night at this hotel. The author was needing to recharge his batteries as he was struggling with the setting for a new book he was writing. King said he and his wife ate together in an empty dining room that was said to be playing pre-recorded orchestra music. They then walked to the deserted second floor where their room 217 was situated. His wife decided to turn in for the evening, leaving King alone to roam the deserted hotel. He wandered around the halls and ended up at the hotel bar, where he was served by a bartender named Grady. But only a few hours later, King awoke sweating profusely from a dream so terrifying he had to go for a smoke on his balcony. It seems he had dreamt about his son being chased down the long hallways of the very hotel he was in. This is where the idea for The Shining took shape. After the book was released in 1977, it became his third huge hit, but also awakened people's interest in the Stanley Hotel. Sounds like an amazing story, but are the ghosts real, or was it a horror writer's overactive imagination? Let's delve into the many experiences people have had and discover why paranormal groups believe ghosts are drawn here. Well, the room Stephen King stayed in is said to be haunted by a Mrs. Elizabeth Wilson. She had been the hotel's head housekeeper for many years when in 1911 she was injured severely after a gas leak. Luckily she lived, but even in death, she still goes about her duties. Guests have experienced her hospitality many times over the years, with items being moved around the room and clothing tidied up while they slept. Luggage has been unpacked for them, with lights flickering on and off. She's even been known to make the bed up while people were under the covers trying to sleep. I can't imagine much rest was had after that experience. Mrs. Wilson is also said to be old-fashioned, and if she sees an unmarried couple sharing a bed, they will feel a cold force come between them. For those of you out there more daring, why not stay on the 4th floor of the hotel, as this has numerous rooms which are visited by spirits. More than a century ago, the entire floor was said to be a large attic area where the female staff, nannies and young children would stay. Guests have heard in room 401 the sound of children laughing, running and playing. There is also said to be a closet that opens and shuts on its own. Now, this might be due to a reported male ghost who has a thing for touching ladies inappropriately. It's also said he stands by the closet and watches you. One man even witnessed his wedding ring, which had been placed on a bathroom counter, lift in the air and then drop down the drain. Try explaining that one to your wife. Further down the hallway in room 407, guests have experienced a ghost tucking the bed sheets in around them. There have also been those that have felt someone sitting at the end of the bed, but after turning on the lights, I found only an impression of where someone had actually sat. Now in room 428, guests have heard footsteps and furniture moving above them. Tour guides have reported that this is physically impossible though, given that the roof above slopes. Also in this room, there is a friendly cowboy who has been seen at the corner of the bed or standing over people who are trying to sleep. There'd be no sleeping for me if I experienced that. Tell us how you feel you'd cope. Now I guess when your heart and soul goes into a property, it might be hard to let it go, even in death. This seems to be the case for the original owner of the Stanley Hotel and his wife. Freeland Oscar Stanley is said to still be felt around the hotel. His spirit is especially sensed in the bar area and billiard room, while his talented wife Flora Stanley has been known to entertain guests in the concert hall with her piano playing. While we're talking about the concert hall, there is also said to be a ghost of a man called Paul who interacts with guests regularly. When he lived, he did maintenance work around the hotel but also enforced an 11 p.m. curfew, as was the rule at the time. People on tours have seen flickering lights and the whisper of "get out" being uttered late at night. Now personally, I feel it would be amazing to experience these flashes from the past, of spirits still going about their business as they did in life. But tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Would you find the experience a pleasant one, or would you run like hell? Now there are said to be 2 ghosts that visit, which very little is known about. One is said to be an autistic child who loves nothing more than playing with people's hair, while another is called Lucy and has been known to speak with paranormal groups. It's believed she may have taken shelter at the hotel at some point while being a runaway or perhaps homeless. But if being haunted by deceased people is not enough, there is also an on-site pet cemetery where one of its residents, a golden retriever called Cassie, still enjoys delivering newspapers and scratches at the door to be let in. So why does the Stanley Hotel have so much paranormal activity? Is there something special about the place that draws or traps spirits? Well, maybe there is, if you are to believe some researchers. You see, underneath the hotel is an underground cave. This was used back in the day by staff as a pathway to go between rooms, the hotel bar, restaurant and laundry facilities. Many ghost hunters feel that the higher than average concentration of limestone in the caves acts like a conductor for the spirits by capturing the energy of the hotel. Skeptics, on the other hand, say that it's only a breeze felt down there from piping and ventilation that sets people on edge. As well as the caves, the staircases in the hotel and main guest house have been commented on too. You see, besides the amazing architecture and beautiful antiques displayed, it's felt that the design has created a popular passageway for the ghosts known to haunt the hotel. One of the staircases has also been named the Vortex. In 2006, a visitor from Houston took photos of the grand staircase as a memento, but upon getting them developed, a ghostly figure of a woman was seen at the top. The figure was not there when the photo was taken, so who was it? So as you can see, it's no wonder this property holds everyone's imagination like it does. But when talking about the history of how the hotel came to be, it's quite an interesting story also. You see, in 1903, Freeland Oscar Stanley, who was known for being the Yankee steam-powered car inventor, was stricken with resurgence of tuberculosis. Upon the recommendation of his doctor, he went to rest up in the Rocky Mountains of Estes Park, Colorado. Well, it worked, and he started to feel like his old self again. This led him to build a hotel that he could visit as often as he wished, and one that he could share with the wealthy urbanites he associated with. Upon opening the hotel, which was alleged to be one of only a few in the world to be entirely powered by electricity, he found that the shortages of available power meant he had to install an auxiliary gas lighting system. Well, disaster struck on June 25th. Only a day after the pipes had apparently been filled, an explosion occurred from an unnoticed gas leak. While entering one room, our friendly head housekeeper Elizabeth Wilson lit a candle in a doorway and went flying through the air. Some claim that she was thrown to the first floor dining hall, while others disagree. One guest did state that they witnessed a bathtub flying through the air from the impact. Whatever's to be believed, one thing not disputed is the damage caused, as about 10% of the hotel was destroyed. One newspaper at the time, called the York Dispatch, said, "The Stanley Hotel, built at a cost of $500,000, was partly wrecked last night by an explosion of gas. 8 persons were injured, 1 seriously." Today, though, the Stanley Hotel is thriving, with not only paranormal groups visiting like ghost hunters and ghost adventurers, but also it's been used as a location for television shows and films alike. There are even concerts performed annually since 2014 by an indie rock band called Murder by Death. If you stay at the hotel, expect to find the haunting movie The Shining playing on a 24-hour loop, but if you stay in Mr. King's infamous room 217, you'll also find a library of his many horror books. Now that truly is amazing and certainly adds to the experience of the Stanley Hotel.